Hi everyone! Welcome to another homesteading family vlog. We're just about to make lunch for the day. Let's see what we've got going. Well, that's a funky looking piece of bread. So no sourdough bread today. Our sourdough is a little scant because we've been using it a lot. So I use the Breadmaker. And every so often when I use the Breadmaker, I forget to check the little spinny thing in the bottom of the Breadmaker. And it's not on all the way and it doesn't spin. And I was so busy working this morning that I didn't even check how this was cooking. So we ended up with a funky loaf of bread today. So even though this is a pretty ugly loaf of bread, I don't think anyone will complain because it's bread. Do you like peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you looking at yourself on the screen?
Yeah.
About to leave, already packing.
The kids are telling me this is the best bread I've ever made. I don't know if that's saying very...
Best bread. Mom, can I please have some?
Yes. That's it. There's two. I don't think that's saying very much.
We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for.
The kids snuck out this morning and there were black raspberries along the yard. So I picked some black raspberries, so we're having a berry-filled lunch today. I also found some blueberries in the freezer. It's a hot day, so I think that'll cool everyone down. Finally bought pickles. I think everything's gone except for those deli dills that I made, which we've only been using for potato salad, which I'm making later, or egg salad, deviled eggs, things like that. I almost forgot we had a tiny little bit of broccoli from the garden, so I think we'll have this with our lunch as well. Eli, do you like blueberries?
No.
No? Are you lying to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. What's on your face?
I'll eat it.
There's no always there. I think you've been eating blueberries.
Yeah.
What's in your hand? Other hand. Other hand. You're switching hands. I see the blueberry. Don't put it back.
Picking raspberries and strawberries and blackberries. Only a little bit blackberries. Now we're gonna go pick on a walk to pick more berries.
So that's right. The kids picked all the blackberries they could find around the yard. We're just double checking and then we're gonna walk up to the front yard and see if we can find some more. I'm laughing at Matt's setup here. See the poultry fencing? Usually we use it to keep the chickens in. Looks like Matt's using it to keep the chickens out. They were starting to eat up his flowers he had planted here. Evan said, we're in the garden. There were a few red raspberries they couldn't reach, and I can't quite reach them either. I should have put tennis shoes on. But he said, you should have made a path to get to these when you were planting the raspberries. And I laughed because we planted like 2 little raspberry plants, I think. Oh, look what I found. A little garlic scape we missed. Still curling, that means it's still good, right?
This plant is full of tomatoes. Holy cow, look at this one. Whoops, I dropped it. But, holy cow, this big one.
Think the chickens will like that one?
Yeah. Chicken, chicken. Would you like fish, please? There you go.
I like seeing where the kids take me. I feel like they've taken me into the jungle. Matt said my pear trees over here are gonna die. They're not dead yet. They really need some watering though.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me.
You guys, I need a book and a lemonade.
Oh, guys, coming right up.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for.
So Matt and I have been trying to get some food ready so that we have a few dishes for the week so we can get caught up on things around the house. We still have some planting to do, always something to clean and organize and just work stuff done. So I made mashed potatoes the other day and I'm gonna just doctor them up, cook something on the grill with them.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living.
I also found in the cupboard the end of some potato chips. And these are like super the end, like already crumbed. So I'm just gonna crunch them up the rest of the way and dump these on top. I really need to go through my kitchen cupboards, and when I do, I usually find little things like this where it's like you just need to use that little bit up and then it's gone. So the other day when I was making those potatoes for mashed potatoes, I also cooked up some potatoes and some eggs so that I could make potato salad. A lot of potato stuff, right? Using up these potatoes. So I'm gonna get the goop going for the potato salad. Alright, so my grandma is definitely the pro potato salad maker in my family. So grandma, if you're watching this, I apologize. I'm using store-brand mayonnaise. She only uses Miracle Whip. And I think that really is what makes her potato salad amazing. I've been trying to buy more of a soy-free mayonnaise, but when I'm making stuff like this, it's nice to just have this stuff because the other stuff is so expensive. And it just seems like such a waste to put it all in this. I should be making it myself, right? I'm gonna add a little sugar since I'm not using Miracle Whip. A little vinegar. I don't follow recipes. Mustard. And then I just pulled out some of the seasonings I like. I really like dill in my potato salad. Really anything with potatoes. So I'm gonna add some dill. I'm also putting in some of our deli dill pickles. These were the ones we canned up this last year that we really didn't care for. They're a little softer and they were fermented before they were canned, and the fermented flavor just isn't our thing, which is funny because that's our preferred pickle, is just a fermented pickle, but we didn't care for these. So I've been using them up rather than just tossing them out in potato salad, egg salad, deviled eggs, things like that. And I add some paprika. And I don't have any celery. I pulled those celery plants from my greenhouse. So I'm adding a little bit of celery seed just to give it that flavor. I'm adding a little bit of turmeric. Don't tell my kids. Just a little bit. Parsley. And salt and pepper. I think I'm going to add a little garlic too. And I almost forgot, splash of milk. I know I've made a good potato salad goop if it tastes like a deviled egg. If it doesn't, I usually go by taste, what it's missing: mustard, mayonnaise, different seasonings. Oh, it's spot on. I've got my goop done. I left the ingredients out because sometimes I just haven't made enough and I want to be able to edit that if I can. And I'm going to chop up these potatoes. I just chopped them up in bigger chunks because I was using a bunch for mashed potatoes, and I cooked them in the Instapot the other day so that they didn't heat up the house because it's hot out again. We had that nice little cool weather snap, and now we are back to the heat. It's back. I also put some rutabaga in there. Tried to mash them all, but I think I forgot a piece, so one little piece of rutabaga in our potato salad. The kids aren't huge fans of anything with potatoes in it, but man, I love just potato dishes in general. Potato salad, mashed potatoes, anything with potatoes, we're all about it. So we will be really thrilled for supper tonight, but I don't know about the kids. When I was cooking those potatoes, I also, Matt got a dozen eggs for me in this bowl, and I cooked those right in the Instapot too. If you have not cooked eggs in your Instapot or in your pressure cooker in a bowl for egg salad and potato salad, you have no idea what you're missing. It's so much easier than having to peel eggs. Peeling eggs is also one of those things that I just despise doing. I chopped up those eggs, and I almost forgot about the egg yolks. I prefer to kind of mash them up, kind of like you're making deviled eggs, so that they aren't too potent. I just don't like egg yolk taste. And I mixed that with a little bit of mayonnaise because I forgot to mix it with the goop first. I've got some of those onions from the greenhouse. I'll put those in here. Last thing I'm adding to the potato salad is those deli dill pickles. I actually do have pickle relish, which works really well too, but this is the only use I've found for these that seems to work, so I love that we're using them up. Kind of cool when it's like, oh, kind of cool that it's pickles we grew ourselves and made ourselves, eggs from our chickens, onion from our greenhouse. A lot of the other things aren't, but every little bit we get closer to doing things for ourselves just kind of gives you that much more pride in it. I'm gonna put this in the fridge so it can cool down for supper, and then I'm gonna start some dessert, and Matt's gonna get some chicken going on the grill.
Making some thighs. But I think this is done. Do you want me to take that off?
Yeah, you can take that off, cool down.
So I'll take that off. And the chicken is close. Actually, the chicken's done. So I'll get a minute to take that off.
So I've really been craving pecan pie, so that's what I'm making for dessert tonight. So I am awful at timing food, but it is time to eat. I'm just about ready to get this pie crust in, so it looks like we might have to have dessert later. So it is actually nighttime. The kids just went to bed, and I remembered I was going to come out and get this spinach seed, so I'm going to do that real quick. We had a couple of questions about how you collect spinach seed. So this Norfolk spinach, the seed here, this plant here was actually planted from Norfolk spinach seed that we had saved from planting in the greenhouse, replanted, came up, and now we're saving seed again. So what we did last time is we just let the plant die off. This one is obviously much larger, and then we just collected the little seeds, which are right on the plant. They're pretty hard to miss, and I'm trying to make sure I get just the seeds, not a whole lot of extra stuff, just so it'll be easier for planting. But I waited till it was pretty much good, dried up, as you can see, dead, before I did it. And for most of our plants, this is pretty much what we're doing. Not all of them though, so if you have any doubts about how to save seed for a specific plant, do a quick Google search because you can always find the answer online. So I ended up getting quite a bit of seed off that plant. I probably could have got a little bit more if I was really being picky about it, but I did pick it right over the dirt. So you know I dropped some which are going to end up reseeding. So it'll be interesting to see if some of those come up in here, which I'm not completely opposed to. I'm just gonna break them up a little in case any are wet. What you doing?
You got me on camera. I'm doing naughty things. Editing videos.
Well, I can see that. Oh, it is iMovie. What kind of movie you making, Matt?
One about our garden.
So now that we aren't doing videos on Fridays, Matt's got his laser videos over on Laser Engraving with Matt, if you haven't caught it yet. And any cooking in the kitchen things, we just kind of decided we'll add them into vlogs. So Matt is catching up on editing, and we're actually getting ahead. He's working on Monday's edit.
About to leave, already packed.